And by cheap, I mean, how much are you going to cost to build? Oh yeah, you're done in a month. These are really cheap. How many of these can I have? There was a way of seeing that. Where was it? It's not here, clearly. Tech screen? I would have expected it to be there. Here we go. Light aircraft. Max level 10. Currently have 5. Wait, but it says 5 out. Oh no, it says... Oh, that's how many I have. So they can get damaged by bombing. So yes, I can have up to 10. And I'm currently building probably exactly 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah! Okay, so our aircraft production is going to be insane! But that's what happens when you have Goering in charge. Right, I want to find out what my Panzer shifts are using for guns. That would be in here, and then here, and then here, so that I can keep them upgrading. They are using 280mm interwar main batteries. 6 gun. 280. Which apparently don't exist. It's got to be these, 283. The other ones were calling them 2.3 centimeter, so it was missing out the 0.3s. Yeah, it's got to be them. Oh, we already have maximum level. Well, we can do these, which will increase the damage they do. Are these secondaries by any chance? Yes, they are. Because we do also have secondaries. Except all of those are ahead of time. Oh, that's just a straight up damage buff, regardless of what type of gun. So let's go ahead and research this. Just damage buffs. Works for me. How does Black Ice for Hoi 4 compare to Hoi 3's version? As an extensive as an AI pose a challenge. Can't say anything about the AI. This is my 3rd stream and we're still on 1938. Which should probably tell you quite a lot about how this is compared to Hearts of Iron 3. It certainly is in depth. It certainly has like all the event flavor and stuff like that coming through. Have I got any plans on how to deal with I don't even have plans drawn up for Poland yet. So, no. At this point, plans for conquest seem still to be quite a long way off. Yeah, I noticed that there were some ships training here. Again, we haven't actually started down the war focuses yet. Once we do, then I'll start organising things a bit more aggressively. Stugs originally belonged to the artillery branch, competing for hulls with Guderian and Panzerforce. Yeah, what game is it where Stugs are actually artillery? Ruse. In Ruse, they're actually treated as artillery. In that they're really good against entrenched infantry and forests. That was their main use. Ruse was such a good game. Oh, I do wish they'd continue developing that. Actually, it's really annoying because you can't get Ruse on Steam anymore. It's been withdrawn. Looks... I saw that ready. If this was Hearts of Iron 3 Black Ice, you'd still be organising a chain of command. Yeah, that's true. That's one area where I don't think they could change how the chain of command works. It's still just generals and field marshals, but generals can't command as many troops. They're just 12s instead of 24s. Oh, and you know what I still haven't done? I have... Oh, no, I have 3 of them now. Okay, never mind. But still, we should promote some more field marshals while I am thinking about this. Because each field marshal can command 4 armies. Not 6. So Heinz Guderian is basically going to be working with Rommel in terms of tank attacks. Walter Mödel is a brilliant strategist, which does go really well with being a field marshal. Same with Kesselring. We got 2 field marshals from Austria. Ah, that's what these 2 are. Because Rommel's the only one that I promoted and the other guy got shot. So Gerd von Rundstedt is defensive doctrine, offensive doctrine, which are both actually general abilities. Although they lead to field marshal. Oh, hang on. Where's brilliant strategist? Huzzah! Okay, so brilliant strategist isn't actually a field marshal thing anymore. It just provides stats. So it didn't matter so much for Rommel being a field marshal. That's a big difference. Oh no, they're there. So they are still field marshal traits. Okay. So we don't have anyone who's a inflexible strategist. We just have the brilliant strategists. So Mödel, I would say, is a candidate, and I would say Kesselring is a candidate. Four, 4, 4, 3. Kesselring 4, 4, 4, 4, 3. They're pretty much identical. Should be a decision that gives you field marshals. Oh, I haven't seen it if there is. Unless there's a focus that leads to it. Oh, hello. Plan Z was the name given to the planned re-equipment and expansion of the Kriegsmarine ordered by Adolf Hitler in 1939. The fleet was meant to challenge the naval power of the United Kingdom was completed by 1948. Development of the plan began in 1938, but it reflected the evolution of strategic thinking, yada yada yada. To complete, we must have at least 14 capital ships, 4 carriers, 25 cruisers, and 100 destroyers. And if we fail this, we lose war support, naval experience, and political power. But if we succeed it, we gain war support, stability, and naval experience. And it'll cost me 100 political power to abandon. And does this have a boost? Plan Z naval industry, it does. Dockyard output goes up, dockyard construction speed goes up. Factory output goes down. Yep, this sounds like a Mordred navy to me. Sacrificing factory output in the name of more boats. Building frickin' carriers, though. Now I understand why you have that focus for carrier construction. Bah, humbug. We'll see how the war goes. Focuses. I'm going to guess it's under Army. That gives General Staff, which is a bunch of buffs. Fallschirmjäger allows us to get Kurt Student. Alright, field. I'm going to look for field marshal, as in field. Nothing at all over on that side. You got these, which are the Luftwaffe field divisions. That's not them. There are a couple of things over here. Field at least a certain number of troops, so it's not those. Oh, this was available after August. Whoops, we should probably have done that. Oh, okay, no, we want to wait a little bit of time so we don't trigger Sudetenland too quickly. Promote Rommel. All the way down here makes him into a field marshal. So, no, there is no decision that makes field marshals. Yeah, it can fund the Argentines, but the problem is that lasts for a grand total of 90 days, which is enough time to do precisely nothing. Plan Z was the result of pointless infighting inside the Kriegsmarine High Command. In my view, between the surface fighters and submarine guys. Navy is not just a number of hulls, it takes decades, centuries to build a naval tradition. In my opinion, they should have just gone 100% submarine from the start and not wasted the steel on the surface fighters that could never dare come out in a fight. Well, it's like... crap. Somerville? It takes 3 years to build a battleship and 100 years to build a tradition. Cunningham. I knew it was one of them! Just the fact that I could remember a British admiral from Second World War just makes me happy. I wonder how many people could actually do that. Like, the generals are really well known. Like, everyone, at least from Britain, knows who Montgomery is. How many know who Cunningham or Somerville are? Let alone quote them. How is China doing? That's actually a very good question. They're surviving. They're pumping out troops. They've actually got quite a decent amount of coverage against the Japanese. The Japanese are just failing to push. No, they have pushed a little bit here. They've gone from these two provinces to controlling this line. Though there are still some Chinese on this side of the river. And they're failing completely against Communist China. I don't think that they're doing badly. They don't look like they're an imminent threat anyway. Agent's been killed. What? 60 days to replace? 60? Speaking of which, did I ever get the upgrades for propaganda? No. Sorry, boost ideology, not propaganda. Let's go ahead and finish off psychological training. I think that is going to be good. Andrew Cunningham wiped the floor with the Italians in the Mediterranean. Oh, yeah, I know. And actually, if you want to know more about naval history, Adaway has done a really, really good series on this. Historiograph. Now I just need to work out how you spell historiograph. There it is. Especially the Norwegian stuff. Really interesting. Go check out that channel. you may well recognise the presenter of that as one of the Heart of Iron 4 people. Oh, where's the one where they were trying to sneak in to Malta? Because he does cover that, and it was really interesting. Oh, I don't know which one it was. Ah, there it is. Operation Pedestal. Yeah, go check out the video. Operation Pedestal in particular. That one's just fantastically done. Highly recommend that one. And that should give you a flavour of what Adaway does. Sorry, Historiograph does. Not an admiral, but Berger Eriksson, a Norwegian general that is rather important to Norway in World War II. Beautiful quote from the opening fire on the Germans: either I'll be decorated or be court-martialed. Fire! Yeah, there were some interesting back and forths between the Germans and the Norwegians in the lead up to and during the invasion. Right, so doctrines, we actually do need to do elastic defense. So land doctrine wise we're a little bit behind. So I might need to use one of my prepared things to improve that. How is the construction of these coming along? So submarines we're just pumping out. Light cruisers we haven't done any of. We are, however, getting some more subs which we can add to the sub fleet. I wonder if I have enough destroyers. I only have 16 of them. Because if I can, I'd really like to keep trade open. I have a feeling that for us the most dangerous position is going to be here. North Sea. I mean, this is where they wanted the German battleships to be running around. I do like this redesign of the sea zones. I think that's well done. What's this? Industry. You know, I'm going to research radar so I can perhaps stick them on my navy. Maybe invade Iceland. I mean, I want to invade Poland and France first, but yeah, eventually, probably, possibly. Foreign volunteers. We can use every man. Troops in Minjiang. Cool. Okay, December 38. So any technologies that we get from now on are just going to be paused until 39. Encryption is done. Like I said, I'm going to pause. It's fine. So Squire, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome to the stream. Hello. Alright, can I get... where was it? Sudetenland. Okay, so the Allied anger is actually ticking down over time. So I think I am going to wait on that. So, yeah, let's invest in more Navy stuff. That sounds like a plan to me. Commodore Dönitz advocates a strategy of unrestricted submarine warfare and the best way of bringing Britain to its knees. With enough U-boats, we might be able to starve the British home industries of all the required resources from its far-flung empire. And mountain warfare can actually be upgraded. That sounds good to me. Do you actually have any factories working on you yet? No. So, yeah, my Biggs Jaeger are going to be kind of rubbish for a while. So how'd your EU4 game go, Squire? Hope it went well. Playing as the guys in Arabia, whose name I've already forgotten. Italy rages as Fermi receives the Nobel Prize. When the 1938 Nobel Prizes were awarded at the Stockholm Concert Hall, 10th of December 1938, only two Nobel laureates were present, Pearl Book Literature Laureate and Enrico Fermi, Physics Laureate. Swedish King Gustav presented the laureates and the Nobel Diplomas and Medals. The Nobel Peace Prize, 1938, was awarded to the Office of International Nansen pour les Réfugiés, the Nansen International Office for Refugees. The Nobel Prize in Physics was awarded to Enrico Fermi for his demonstration of the existence of new radioactive elements produced by neuron irradiation and for his related discovery of nuclear reactions brought about by slow neutrons. That would be quite a different nuclear blast if it was done by neurons. After receiving the prize in Stockholm, Fermi opted not to return to Italy. Whispers are this happened due to the new racial laws in Italy that threaten his Jewish wife, and instead continued to New York City. Apparently, he applied for permanent residency there, making Italian officials fume with rage, calling Fermi a traitor. The Nobel Prize for Literature in 1938 was awarded to Pearl Book for her rich and truly epic descriptions of peasant life in China and for her biographical masterpieces. The committee withheld both the prizes for chemistry as well as physiology or medicine, stating none of the year's nominations met the criteria outlined in the will of Alfred Nobel. Absolute meaningless drivel. Unless it's given to a German, in which case, cool. Yes, I can actually. So, Adolf Hitler's bodyguard gets upgraded, and we now get the Totenkopf, which became available as soon as we took Austria, I believe. Oh, and also Der Führer. So, short answer, yes. What are you? You are infantry? 15 organization. How's that compared to a regular infantry guy? Oh, 16. Okay, so organization levels in this mod are way freaking lower. Now, one of you at least is a tank division, because I can hear the... You are basically a bodyguard. You are semi-motorized, so you're going to go with the tank guys. I think you're just infantry, right? Yeah. Oops, you can go there. In fact, you can go in that division, and then one of these guys can go into that one to make up for it. So the first army is going to have any elite units. Actually, why are you another colour? Oh! Because you're a mountaineer. In that case, you should be in there. What's up with you guys? Oh, those are the motorized. Right. Which is what you should be. And you as well. So you lot should be a different shade of red. Being the motorized units. Then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make you like dark red. Bordering on black. To say, that's what you do. Alright, see if there's anyone that needs training. So how are we doing in China? 22% fascist. So it is definitely growing. Unfortunately, the Japanese invasion also seems to be speeding up a little bit. So that's not good. Although it's still a long time before you reach like this far, which is like danger zone. They're still very much contained. Have I played Vanilla How to Find For Greece Democratic Route? No, I haven't. And yes, I should at some point, because that's how you get Napoleon, isn't it? Reading some of ABC on Wikipedia before Matapan. Cunningham bet against a staff officer that the Italians wouldn't come out of port. After Matapan, the article says Cunningham had lost 10 shillings to Commander Power, but he has won a strategic victory over the war in the Mediterranean. Oh, it's January. January! Alright, so you're on all-purpose. I was talking about making this all-purpose into a doctrine, and I think I will. Because we've got all of these to do. Oh, supply consumption reduction and fuel? Heck yeah. Then you are infantry equipment. Is there a 39 gun? Yeah, actually there is. And we have a industry in Hanover. 39 goes all the way down to here. Supply grace. Fuel capacity, production efficiency cap, and whoa, 25% growth? Are there any construction buffs? Yep. Well, alright then. The fall of Nanjing, the capital of the Republic of China, Nanjing has been occupied by forces from the Empire of Japan. Despite fierce resistance from the walled city's Chinese defenders, Japanese troops managed to capture Zhongshan Gate and fought their way into the city. Sporadic gunfire can still be heard and several fires are raging in different parts of the city, but most surviving Chinese forces have either withdrawn or been captured. Along with the capture of Shanghai, this is a significant victory for Japan in the war against China. China. U-boat effort. Okay, so we are now into 39. Am I in a position to reclaim the Sudeten land without pissing off the Allies too much? Not really. Well, I guess you know what that means. Spanish U-boat resupply. We'll approach the Spanish government diplomatically and request the ability to use their ports for resupply and repairs. And that's actually... if I get this before the war starts, I'm going to just move my entire fleet over there. This is an all-purpose technology. This is definitely going to be under industry, I think. Did we finish that one? No, we did not.